everybody, and welcome back to In the Sparrow's Nest, where today we are celebrating Forgetful Friday. That's right. I thought today was Thursday, but it's not. It's Friday, and so we're going to be coming one day late with our theme Thursday. Things that go and things that go together. So there are a few reasons why I selected these 5 babies to be part of our theme this week. These 5 are actually siblings. They were all reborn by Suzanne of Baby Bunting Nursery. And not only are they sharing the same artist, but they're also sharing the same color scheme: blue, white, and red. Oh, but that's not all. These 5 also share a special way that they were named. They were named after some of my most favorite trees in nature. So our first little sausage, as Suzanne would say, is our darling Tony. His full name is Antonio Hawthorne Leverett. So we wanted to keep his name Tony because he was always Tony. There are some kids that you see their name, or you hear their name, or you've always known them by a certain name, and that's the only name that they could be. And Tony really fit into that with us. I wanted to keep his name Tony, but I also wanted to give him a name that reflected a special tree that was here on our farm, and that would be the hawthorn tree. The hawthorn tree is a beautiful blooming tree in the spring, and those blooms turn into beautiful bright red berries in the fall and winter for the birds. Now, Leverett was his extra special little tag because Tony is our little rabbit, and in French, a leveret is a rabbit. So that's how he got such a long and beautiful name. At least we think so. And our little Tony is wearing today a little white onesie with a royal blue trim. And all over the onesie, we have these beautiful little red double-decker buses. And the little bus is saying, "All aboard." And little numbers 1 through 5 are kind of sprinkled within and without, kind of peeping through the windows of the bus too. And Tony is holding on to one of our teddy bears, who's also fitting into the theme. So he goes together with red, white, and blue. He's just such a cutie, aren't you? And next is Big Sister Sassafras. No, I'm just joking. Her name is not Sassafras. But Sassafras was the tree that I wanted to name her after. But because Sassafras, sassy or frassy, didn't really appeal to me, I went for Laurel, which is part of the family. Sassafras is part of the laurel tree family. So that is how she came by the name Laurel. And then Rose came from my mother-in-law because, well, Rose is such a sweet name. And Laurel Rose together is such a sweet baby. And Laurel is wearing this really pretty blue denim dress. And underneath it is this white and red checkered blouse, and it has little puffy sleeves and a little scalloped collar with these 3 little gold buttons under her chin, and that really cute trim of the same blouse color that goes right across the chest. And her little go is this really sweet marching band leader. Yep, strike up the band and let's go, go, go. I think it's really cute how his hat and his jacket also match Laurel's shirt. And then I just put some simple frilly socks and tennis shoes on so that she's ready to go join the band. And here is our darling Lyndon Stewart. Oh, Lyndon, what are you trying to tell us? He always has something to say. Now, Lyndon got his name from the linden tree. It's one of the trees that we brought from Virginia when it was a little seedling. And now that tree is over 30 feet high. And in the summer, or in the spring, it has these beautiful blossoms that the bees feed on. Now, in some parts of the United States, you can actually get linden honey, and that's from the linden tree blossom. And we do hope one day, if we ever have an apiary, that we can make our own linden honey from our linden tree. Now, his middle name, Stewart, actually is derived from the word steward. And so in my heart, Lyndon was going to be the steward of trees, and that's how he came by Stewart. So Lyndon Stewart is doing our theme wearing this really sweet vintage knit overall set. And it's also that blue, red, and white. And it has a wind-up car on the front. So that's his go. And now that I'm seeing these cute little patooties down here, I'm wondering if we should have left Laurel's shoes off. I think she wants to be barefoot too. But let's take a look at our twins before we do that. Okay, Laurel? And here are our twins, Oakton Banks and Sleeping Alder Bay. Alder from the alder tree and bay from the bay tree. Oakton from the oak tree and Banks where the oak trees like to live along the riverbanks. And both of them are wearing these vintage bubble rompers in that blue and white check, with Alders being just a little bit bigger in pattern than Oakton's. And on the front of Oakton's romper, it says beautiful smocking with an embroidered train. And I really think this line of blue and red zigzag really makes that pop out on his outfit. And I really love the trimmed collar with this dark blue. And it's not quite, no, it's not scalloped at all. It's actually a pointed collar. And it goes beautifully with his blue eyes. And Alder has a Peter Pan or scalloped collar trimmed in red. It's white. And then across the front of his chest, he has 3 airplanes. And those are also embroidered. And I do love the red trim. I really think that the red trim really makes things stand out. And then here on just this tiny little tag lovey, right in the middle, do you see it? There's the go, a little vintage green car. And Alder really likes to nibble on these little satin tags that are on here. And let's just look at those feet, because honestly, look at those toes. And one day when they get bigger and bigger, they're going to go, go, go too. But hopefully not too quickly, right? We like when they stay little. Okay, Laurel, let's take your shoes off so you can be barefoot just like your brothers. Maybe we should be videoing everybody's go toes. I do love them in bare feet. My mother laughs at me because I just bought some new shoes for the babies. And she's like, why would you buy shoes? You love them when they're barefoot. But I really do. I do love when they're barefoot. So anyway, friends, we're so glad that you were happy to come and join us on Forgetful Friday. Maybe next time we will be on time for Theme Thursday. And we are looking forward to hearing from Ratty. I will give you a very short update in that Ratty is still on his way, as we decided to have him be sent to France on a boat. We thought it would be the safer bet for Ratty because airplanes do make him a little bit nervous. The good thing is the captain of the boat was so smitten with Ratty himself, he bumped him up into his own quarters. So Ratty is sleeping in the most prestigious place on a boat you possibly could and dining with the captain morning, noon, and night. I imagine even snack time too. And not to worry, we have made arrangements for Ratty to be kind of escorted while he's around town in France. I couldn't leave that little guy by himself. So we'll have more on that later. But in the meantime, thank you for joining us, friends. We'd like to thank Suzanne for having the artistry in making these beautiful babies for us. We really enjoy having them as part of our nursery. And thank you to Yvonne of having you on. We pray that you are feeling better soon. And in the meantime, peace be with you, friends. And we'll talk to you real soon. Bye.